All right, so we are going to talk about energy, and we're going to find out today about some different kinds of energy. Now, you may have studied this a little bit last year, but it's good to have a refresher. So, the definition of energy is the ability to do work. So, it's the capacity or ability to cause a physical change. The two major types of energy that everybody always talks about and seems to know about is potential energy, which is energy that is stored in an object. Just think it has potential. Like, as your teacher ever told you, like, oh, you're not reaching your full potential. It's because your potential is stored inside of you. So it's like energy that's stored in an object, and that this object, because of its position, is relative to other objects. And the other type of energy is kinetic energy, which is energy that is actually doing work, the energy that an object has because of its motion. We're going to go over a few examples of this. The first example that they gave of potential energy is like a book that's been lifted off the floor and placed on a table. It has stored potential energy because of gravity. So if the book was knocked off the table, it's kinetic energy because gravity is pulling on it and it is moving towards the ground. So because of that move, then it turns to kinetic energy. When I always think of a rubber band, when I think of potential and kinetic energy, so for instance, when you're pulling a rubber band back and you're just holding it like this, about ready to shoot it at someone, when you're pulling it back and it's just sitting there waiting, that is potential energy because it has energy stored in it. And when you release it, that is kinetic energy because at that point, it is using the energy is in motion. So that is sort of the difference. I always think of a rubber band, or let me see if I can show you this roller coaster. So the blue bar, it's going up to show the potential energy as it goes up the hill. And when it goes down the hill, the green bar is going up, showing it has kinetic energy. So going up, it has potential because it's about ready to use gravity, go over the hill, and all that energy is released as you're flying down the hill. And so that becomes kinetic energy. So I'll let you watch that one more time. Potential, kinetic, and then it's going back up and around the loop. All right. So the main thing to get from this is that potential energy is stored energy. It's just waiting to be used. Then the energy in motion is kinetic energy. Energy can exist in many different forms, many of which we will talk about this quarter. There's electrical energy, heat energy, light energy, sound energy, mechanical energy, and magnetic energy. We're going to focus a lot on light and sound moving forward, probably next week. So we'll learn more specifics about that then. So the law of conservation of matter and energy tells us that matter and energy cannot be created or destroyed. But it can, however, change forms. So the main thing that I wanted you to get from this is what is energy, and knowing the two main types of energy and how they are different. All right, so we are going to learn more about energy later this week. This was just a little introduction to get you guys started. So